Who did it? I need to know. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bri, and today we're gonna do a reading vlog because I signed up for Book of the Month 3 months ago and haven't read any of the picks that I've picked. So I need to pick one of these. This was my January pick, I believe. We have Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver, which this is a romance, correct? Friends to lovers, dark romance comedy, full of murder and chaos and sizzling chemistry. Okay. So I think this one is about like two serial killers who fall in love, pretty much. I think. And then my February pick was Heartless Hunter by Kristen. I don't want to butcher her last name, so I'm not going to say it. And this is a fantasy, enemies to lovers fantasy, I believe. High stakes. A witch. Ooh. Ooh. Wait, hold on. What's the point of this? Wait, yeah. This sounds really good too. So she's a witch, and he is a witch hunter. And he's hunting her, but he's also pretending to be part of like her social group, and is also courting her at the same time. That's interesting. Okay. I'm seeing there's a reason why I picked these, you know? And this was my March pick. Honestly, it's shorter than the other two, I think, so this one might be the one that I'm gonna read. I have Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. I think this one is a mystery or a thriller. What if you thought you murdered your best friend, and if everyone else thought so too? And what if the truth doesn't matter? Oh, okay. Okay, so basically everybody thinks that this girl killed her best friend. Even she thinks she killed her best friend because she doesn't remember, I think. And then some podcast starts to investigate her friend's murder. And so now she has to relive all of that stuff and actually find out what happened and who killed her, and if it was actually her that killed her best friend. Okay, I don't do well with reading thrillers. I feel like I always pick them up and I never finish them, except for The Silent Patient, but that was a psychological thriller. I don't know, but I kind of want to read this one. No, we're gonna do it. We're mood reading. We're mood reading because this month was not a good reading month for me. Okay, I think I'm gonna do it. Okay, actually, I'll read a couple pages and then we'll see how I'm feeling about it. Okay? I can't commit. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's see. I need to take the dust jacket off. Because I can't do it. Hi friends. Okay, so it's actually been like a day and a little bit since the last clip, but I ended up falling asleep. Like, I read like 20 pages and then I fell asleep. But I've been reading since, so I am like 30, almost 40% of the way through this book. I've been reading it and listening to it. I downloaded it while I was at work today, and while I was making my chalk signs for the store, I listened to the audiobook, which honestly, I had a really good time. So I might start doing some audiobooks more often. Yeah, I just wanted to give you an update. Hold on. Let me put you, let's put you down somewhere. I took the book sleeve off because it's too much to have on the book while I'm reading it. Also, I didn't realize like that the book of the month books have focus. They have that on them. They're so cute. I think I had said what I thought the book was about, or gave a pretty unsure synopsis of this book, but pretty much this girl from a small town and her best friend gets murdered, and everyone in the town blames her for the murder, but she was never convicted because there was never enough evidence to pin her and to jail her for it. So she moves to LA, starts a new life pretty much, but then this podcaster who has this big true crime podcaster starts to investigate her best friend's murder. And so something happens and she goes back to her hometown, and she is going to basically join forces with the podcaster to try to figure out what actually happened that night, because she doesn't remember. She has no recollection of the night. She remembers getting to the wedding that they went to, and then she remembers like waking up in the hospital pretty much. Right now it seems like, I don't know, it feels like, well, now she's like starting to fully go along with the podcast guy and has determined like she is gonna help him solve this murder, even if she's the one that killed her best friend. She just needs to know the answers. I don't know. I really like the format of this book though. I like that it goes from things in the girl Lucy's perspective of like the town, how the town's treating her, of like the people she's encountering and seeing again since she left. And then it goes to like segments from the podcast episode, so it'll be like him interviewing somebody from the town, and then it'll go back to Lucy's perspective. But I like that. I like and it's really cool because in the audiobook they have like this special music, and the voice is like, the actor's voice is different. So yeah, that's what I've gotten so far. That's my update. I'm gonna try to read more of this now. Anyway, cheers. Who did it? I need to know. time for a little update on Listen for a Lie. Or Listen for the Lie. Wait, I don't remember my last update. So, we're meeting a lot of characters in this book, like different people from in town, because everybody's getting interviewed for the podcast. So you're meeting a lot of people, which is very interesting to me, to see if one of these people are the one who killed her best friend, Savvy. So I'm like, do I already, like, know the person who done it? Who done it? Because I don't, obviously, it's gonna be like, oh, I don't think that the main character is the one that killed her. But, like, is she? Like, if I go through this whole entire book and find out that the main character is actually the one that killed her best friend, I think I'm gonna be slightly annoyed. Unless it's a really, really good reason. But we'll see. But I do, for some reason, I like every character. There's not a character that I'm like, ugh, I hate them. Even the people that you're, like, supposed to dislike are still, like, there's nobody that I hate. But you're also starting to see a lot of, like, the best friend, the person who was murdered. You get starting to see a lot of her personality, and, like, the way that people see her might not actually be the way she was when she was alive. And that's really interesting, because there's only few people who actually knew what she was like. But yeah, I feel like we're starting to, like, get to a place where we're gonna get answers. Like, people are just coming out of the woodworks with even more answers to, well, not answers to questions, but more questions to ask that are getting closer to, I don't know, the conclusion of the mystery. But obviously, I think I'm, like, maybe 60% of the way through the book. But this last half should fly, because I feel like we're gonna get a lot of information and a lot of, like, it's gonna pick up. I feel like the second half of a book always picks up, because you're coming to the conclusion. So yeah, I'm having fun. I'm excited. I do want to finish this book today. It's very early. It's only 2 o'clock. So that is a possibility, but I also need to edit a video. So, we'll see. Anyway, I'll catch you when I have another update or something. Alright, I am back, and I have officially finished Listen for the Lie by tintera. And I had a great time. I really had a good time reading this book. So I read this book actually really quickly. I was dying to know what happened. I was making chalk signs for my store, and I sat in the back and downloaded the audiobook so that I could listen to it while I was making my chalk signs, because I needed to know that badly. Also, the audiobook, so good. I highly recommend. I also liked this, like, I feel like this is a common thing with mysteries and stuff. I like that it happened in the small town, and through the podcast you could meet all the people from the small town in their accounts of the night, which also obviously leads into finding out who the killer is. And that was cool. Also, my favorite character in this book is the female main character's grandma. She's so funny, and I want to be her when I'm old. Like, if I'm not like Beverly when I'm old, I'm gonna be a little upset. And then for the romance girlies, there's like the tiniest sliver of romance in this book. Not my favorite romance, obviously, but you know, you get a little bit. There's a little hint. This book is also kind of funny. I did find myself laughing quite a few times. Even though it's a mystery and like somebody died, I was still laughing because the female main character's, what goes on in her head. Funny. It's a funny book. You'd be surprised. But yeah, I ended up giving this book 4 stars. It's not my favorite book in the entire world, but I had a really good time reading it. I wanted to know what happened. I was intrigued in the ending. I enjoyed the ending. I don't have anything to complain about. There's nothing to complain about with this book. I had a good time. So, all in all, I think this is successful. That is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you had a good time, come join me again. Hit the subscribe button down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.